What's going on, Eagles fans? It's Jalen Hurts here for part 2. I'm gonna be answering some of y'all questions. Let's get into it. Which former Eagle do you wish you had a chance to play with? Dog. The passion, I love that in a defensive player, because you feed off of that.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel that thing that's oozing out your doggone hands?
Have you gotten a chance to know him since you've been here too?
A little bit. But he's a great guy. Great guy, a lot of admiration and respect for him. What's the story behind number 1? I grew up wearing number 2. Grew up wearing number 2 because of my brother. And when I got to Bama, Coach Saban let me get number 2, so it just stayed throughout. Then I transferred to Oklahoma. C.D. Lamb wore number 2, and I told him it wasn't even a discussion if I was gonna try and get it, like, that's you know, so I wore number 1, and I liked it, and it stuck. When I came to the Eagles, obviously, I went back to 2, I think because Cam had number 1 at the time, the punter. As soon as it opened up, I had to get it back, so I love how it looked. I feel like it's just a little different energy. What would you consider to be your core values, faith, family, and championships? Other than yourself, who are the best dressed guys on the team? I think Smitty has a good sense of style. Saquon has a good sense of style. AJ has a good sense of style. How do I go about picking out my cleats? I have an idea going into a game. A lot of the times it's based off of how I feel. And I think certain cleats bring me a feeling. Certain cleats bring me an energy. 11s, they do something. But then I've had different retros come through. Last year I was able to wear some 3s. I've worn 4s, I've worn 5s, rarely wear the 5s, but I got some special ones coming up this year that'll be fun to bring out. Some real nice cleats coming, something I'm excited about. What does the process of designing your cleats look like? It's a very extensive process. You get on a call with the Jordan team, you got everybody on, and they come with templates of what they're envisioning and what they're thinking, and then it's kind of an opportunity for me to refine it, and then it also allows me an opportunity to get creative and tell a story. This 2 shoes thing.
And so we're gonna have, look at him, he's gonna have 1 shoe green, 1 shoe white.
Now I have another retro of that. I know in the NFC Championship game I wore some Never Satisfied 3s. It had like a exclusive logo. It's just very creative. And every cleat on the tongue, you know, when I lift the tab up, is one of the last things I do before every game. And it says BJ Hurts, that's always enough. And that's just a little reminder for me to, know what time it is, know where I am, know who I am, and know that that's enough.
You said all the cleats have a story. Is there a favorite story behind a cleat?
Super Bowl cleats, able to wear the ones. I thought it was very crazy that 40 years apart, they're launching this campaign back in 1985. They banned his red and black, MJ's red and black ones. And then 40 years later, I get fined for wearing 2 different cleats. I just thought that was very crazy. That was a cool moment. So to be able to wear the ones at the Super Bowl, I know it's something that put a smile on MJ's face for. It was a little funny laugh we had. Who am I listening to right now? Frankie Beverly makes his way in. We all know that. SOS Band, they're back on Apple Music, so I've been bumping them. A little LTD, Anita Baker. It goes by genres. It's like that 80s, 70s, soul. Then you got like your golden age of hip hop. New Edition and BBD, Boys to Men, and Kool Moe Dee and LL. Like a lot of New Jack Swing in that time as well, in the 90s, 2000s. Depending on where you grew up and what you heard, music is very different up here than it is from where I'm from. UGK down south, Pimp C, Trey, Slim Thug, DJ Screw, Lil Kiki, Ghetto Boys. Y'all shaking your head like y'all know what the Ghetto Boys. Dream vacation spot. Somewhere sunny, beach, sand. I got into cigars. We beat Tennessee in college. That was a tradition. After that game, the quarterback has to go pick up cigars and hand them off to his teammates in the locker room at Alabama. And so we beat Tennessee as a freshman. That was the first time I ever lit one. After picking them up, I had so many and they had a lot left over. So they hung around for a very long time until, I want to say I got to Oklahoma, but they had beat Tennessee. So I, did one out of my connections to the rivalry.
What was the one you smoked at right after the Super Bowl?
That was a Placencia. How do you pick which sneakers you're gonna wear? It just depends. It depends on the weather, it depends on what you're wearing, the silhouette of what you got going on. just the vibe, you know. But I like to have sneakers that are neutral, so I can wear them with a lot of different things. And obviously, I have a lot of Air Jordans that I can pull out in certain moments, but I like a variety and more so things that can be available for different fits and different looks. You know, you look at the outfit first and then you say, okay, what I'm gonna put on, then, you know, what shoes can I make work with it? What brings you passion? There's a lot of passion that oozes from me when I overcome something. If I conquer a moment or take advantage of an opportunity, it brings a lot of passion from me. Whether I express it or not, that's a whole nother situation, but tons of passion in this game I play, this game I love, put so much time into it. So, you know, that's what kind of unlocks that passion. I don't think there's a mountain that I can't climb, because with my work ethic, I know I will. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And that's just always been the mentality I've had because of the prep and the work, the resilience and all of the things of that nature. How would I define adversity? Adversity is a tricky thing because it's all on how you see it. You know, I look at adversity as a challenge. It's a healthy opportunity. That's all it is. So you choose how you want to respond to it, and that's what we all have in our power. Thanks, Eagles fans, for sending in your questions. Let us know who you want in next.